Welcome everyone to a casted game for Age of Empires 4, and today sporting the southwest corner of the map playing in red, we've got beastyqt playing as the Jushi Legacy, and his opponent in the north playing in blue, we've got puppypaw playing as the Mongols. Welcome everyone to Cliffside. Good morning, good afternoon, or maybe good evening of course, all very much depending where you are in the world. Either way, I hope you guys are all having a fantastic time, whatever you're doing. And I'm sure, well I know for a fact, if this video actually gets over to YouTube, that means it was a banger of a game, so stay tuned. We've got two of the very best players in the world, playing two relatively decent civilizations. I think the Jushi Legacy are incredibly powerful on most maps actually. I think they're a very, a solid civilization all around. The Mongols, they're a bit more tricky to play. I think they're a civilization that definitely have certain maps that work well for them, especially maps where trade is easy, which is not necessarily the case for Cliffside. You see the trade post here quite kind of in the middle of the map. Now you'd love to get the trade post in the corner so they can trade one edge of the map to the other. Unfortunately, there is no such benefit here coming in for puppypaw. Also with a forward gold spawn, this is a terrible gold spawn, I gotta say. Now this does sometimes happen on Cliffside, and it's one of the reasons why it's my favourite map. To be fair, it's for both players. They do both have forward golds. It's a map where the rush distance is relatively low, so it does in some ways favour aggressive civilizations, but also by the same token does have some ability to be a pretty good map for civilizations that are a bit more greedy. Small palisade walls can keep your enemy out. Kind of curious to see what approach Beasty will take today, because the Jushi Legacy, pretty adaptable civilization. They can get Chukunu without even the Song Dynasty, but they of course do well just as the Chinese do. In the mid to late game, if they do go for a macro approach and plenty of those farms around granaries. The Mongols, on the other hand, I guess hailed as a very aggressive civilization, could do well on Cliffside actually, considering it can be an aggressive map. But will puppypaw look to trade? That's the big question. Answers will be found soon. Either way, I would like to say a very big thank you, by the way, for everyone who's been supporting the channel, whether it be on Twitch or YouTube. You guys are absolutely legends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Special shout out, of course, to the YouTube channel members and the Twitch subscribers. You guys are absolutely phenomenal. Your names are down below, of course. And I really appreciate you all very, very, very much. Now, if you are new to the channel and maybe you've seen a couple of games and you enjoy the content, make sure you are subscribed and more importantly, hit the notification bell. That's probably the most important thing you can do, because what that does gives you a little ping when I do upload a video. Speaking of which, you know, I used to upload every single day, but I think longevity-wise, it's not very sustainable. So I'll be posting every 2 to 3 days, but it will only be the very best casts that I do, the most entertaining games. And that means that you are, you know, you have that assurance that if you click on a video of mine, a new video that is, then you know it's going to be a good game. So rest assured that will be the case, at least in my subjective opinion, of course. But yeah, I have a good taste for games, if I do say so myself. Not biased at all, not biased at all. A meditation garden's opening here for the Jushi Legacy. No real surprises. Everything's a bit sparsely put around this, but it is what it is. Probably the best he could opt for. I mean, unless he went further out, but it'd be pretty dangerous to do so. What is a bit of a concern, though, is the Mongols being aggressive can put pressure on the meditation gardens. And don't forget, if there is something attacking it, or even within the vicinity of it, the resources gathered is reduced. Now, Beasty, knowing that the gold is forward, and considering that fast castle is sometimes an option for the Jushi Legacy, he's actually going to get an outpost in the forward position, probably just as well, because this is going to be an important aspect of this match, I think. You know, the Mongols could be aggressive in the feudal age. The Jushi Legacy might be relatively passive. Try to get to the castle age and maybe pick up some relics and then do some damage with more premium units, possibly lancers. Now, we do sometimes see palace guards, but I think lancers work quite well on Cliffside because of the mobility and the fact they can get around the bases quite nicely, especially considering that the Mongols, of course, don't get walls. There's no way that the Mongols can wall up this map. And so it could be nice for the Jushi Legacy to maybe get small walls themselves, you know, defend the economy, and then be very expansive with their lancers. Either way, professional scouts coming in here for Beasty. Interesting play. Going to bring all the food back to the economy, back at home, close to the town centre. Nice approach, actually, because then that means you should be fine for food. We haven't seen this in a very long time for Beasty, or anyone really. Kind of curious to see this. Beasty bringing back old metas and whatnot. It's quite fun. There used to be a time in Age of Empires 4 when, you know, going for professional scouts was a really commonly done thing. The question is the Mongols. Wait for deer stones, right? So no trading post here for the Mongols and puppypaw. He's going to be relying on the movement speed and not really scaling the economy. It suggests that maybe he's going to be quite aggressive. Put some pressure on early, and that will allow him to maybe get some map control. So he's going to go for the boar in the first instance. And you kind of expect sometimes the Juicy Legacy not to be able to challenge that, right? And, you know, Beasty looks like he's going quite heavy on gold to maybe get that castle edge. Going to get the hand cannon slits, which will need to defend that gold position. The first of the Keshiks are obviously already out for the Mongols. But yeah, I love the fact that he's bringing in deer carcasses. It's actually really powerful for the Juicy Legacy. Getting another outpost as well. Interesting playstyle from Beasty. Going to play pretty greedy, it seems. And of course, that said 100 wood, but that's actually... Oh, it is 100 wood. I thought it was cheaper for the Juicy Legacy. Oh, right, I see. It doesn't have Song Dynasty yet, right? So I think after you get Song Dynasty, the outposts are a little bit cheaper for Beasty and the Juicy Legacy. Keshik going to charge on in. Doesn't quite get the kill in the end, and might lose the Keshik. The hand cannon slits incredibly effective against cavalry. He does lose the unit in the end. Puppypaw struggling to find huge amounts of damage. He is causing a bit of idle time, but you know, Beasty won't mind that too much. And got to invest in the hand cannon slits on the food as well, just as well because there's a lot of food here. Oh, the Khan, he's going to lose that. Is he not? Oh, he just about gets away with that. That was so lucky there from Puppypaw. Really walking the tightrope with that. You know, just as well, the Khan will regenerate some health. There's the Shaolin Monastery. So he's going to go for the tier 3. The Castle Age landmark straight away. Going to get those bald men, the Shaolin monks. We'll get one deer carcass. Loses the Khan in the end. And the scout does die, but he gets the deer carcasses in anyway, at least. So it's going to be good for the food economy, and he needs it. Get it to the Castle Age is going to be big for the Juicy Legacy, but you know what? The Mongols aren't too far behind either. They are playing quite reactionary. It's almost like the Juicy Legacy, well, it's not almost, it is the case that the Juicy Legacy are kind of dictating the terms of the fight and the match, and the Mongols are trying to keep up. He's actually getting lancers, yep, and he's supervising with the Imperial official, so he's going to pump those out and get mobility. Makes it tricky for the Mongols to do too much damage, and yeah, there's plenty of food being brought in. Each deer carcass has 350 food. Essentially, you get about 2.5 of these lancers worth of food from each deer carcass. Trying to chase down the Keshik. Might not get there in the end, but he might. No, he manages to get out of there, tries to body block, and he manages it. The Keshik should survive. They're just garrisoning inside the outpost, just pushing the lance away, but of course it's a Castle Age unit, so it won't mind too much. Won't suffer too much from the arrows. Oh, there's the first Shaolin monk built, I think, coming out. 200 food, and that's actually really nice, the fact that it only costs food, right? Because he's got plenty of food coming on in. Don't forget, he might even think about going to the Song Dynasty and get cheaper farms as well as the game progresses. It'll be a really nice, smooth transition. If he does want to go for a lot of these Shaolin monks, not always the case. Maybe just get a couple to pick up the relics. I don't know. Sometimes we do see the bald men build, because the bald men, the Shaolin monks can attack. They're pretty good at it, actually. The Khan comes back to the fight for the Mongols. Lancers might dive this, actually. Is he gonna try this? He's gonna lose one of the Lancers at least. He has to back away for now. Now, one relic already in the bag for Beasty. This is what the Juicy Legacy do so well. Get the Castle Age timing, then pick up some relics, and then scale nicely their economy. Sometimes get a second town center afterwards. Definitely a playstyle coming in from the new variant civilizations. A lot of civilizations are like this. The Aibids come to the mind. In particular, where they go to the castle age first, get relics, and then get multiple town centers to catch up with economy from their opponent, which, to be fair, isn't really a thing because Mongols stayed on one town center as well. It's going to go for the stepward out, which makes a lot of sense. You know, when you don't go for the trade landmark, it's often the case that you want the extra bit of gold coming in from the stepward out. Second relic in the bank now for Beasty. He's making quite a few of these boardmen. 3 so far. Gonna dive in the villagers and gold. Might get one. No, it doesn't quite manage it. Villagers managed to get out of there. He's got wheelbarrow, right? So these villagers move extra fast. It's gonna be hard to snipe them. Puppypaw hasn't been able to do too much damage. Taking a fight down the south, which is not a fight he would win. 4 Lancers to 3 Keshiks. Definitely favours the Jushi legacy. He's going to go for the blacksmith. So one thing to talk about actually, which is so strong for the Jushi legacy, the Tang dynasty, gives them a cheaper age up, right? So it's not just the case that he's got great economy with the Imperial official. He can age up to the castle age as he has done, a lot cheaper. Oh, he's going to lose a couple of Lancers there, Beasty. Or maybe not. Managed to get out of there just in time. Bit lucky in the end. But yeah, so going to the castle age with a discounted cost, and that's actually earned him 2 relics so far. First of possibly a few crossbows coming out. But of course, it means that Beasty will be playing the unit with the mobility. Just can ride on out of there. I think he's going to start torching this down, yeah. Understandably so, quite a few melee units. There's a lot of Lancers going around the back. It's got to be careful. Now those villagers on boar, they're done. They are heading back now. Just as well, because these Lancers are waiting to pounce. Is he going to give this up? I don't know about this. Down to half the health. Beasty getting the second armor upgrade. The ranged attack armor. Oh, a couple of... Oh, he's trying to bait him in. Trying to push the army into the Wallow. Doesn't quite manage it. Quite a few of the Shaolin monks, though, from Beasty. And puppypaw has no interest in fighting this. Villagers dying in that gold vein. Beasty getting some really good value here. Here come the spearmen, though, so he's got to be careful, Beasty, not to lose these Lancers. Keeps an eye on them. Backs away for now. Couple of Lancers around the back, trying to get wrap around. Beasty clearly using the mobility and trying to get as many villagers as he can, as quickly as he can. He's just waiting to pounce. This is great for the Jushi legacy. Allows him to really build up the economy behind this if he wishes. But not added in a second town centre just yet. Villagers, though, they're having to walk around a lot of idle time caused. He will pick up 2 Lancers, nicely picked off by the Spearman, and another. Trying to pick up a sacred site now, Beastie. He's already got 3 relics. There's one here on the northwest corner of the map. Where's their 5th one? Although something rings a bell that sometimes on Cliffside you only get 4 relics, and that might be the case actually. Can't see the 4th one. Or did he bring one and deposit it here? Oh, he's got 4. Oh, okay, must have just picked it up now. Ah, yes, it is a bug. It's a user interface bug, spectator bug for the Jushi legacy. You can't actually see when they've picked one up, but he has got them deposited in. Once it's deposited, it does update. So yeah, 4 deposited here for Beastie. And he's going to go for the Mount Lu Academy. The next castle stage landmark, which is going to give him some really good upgrades for the Jushi legacy. Oh, he's losing a couple of Lancers down the east side. Just trying to keep puppypaw busy, I guess. There we go. There's the Yuan dynasty. Now Spearman chasing, which is always a bit awkward. Beast has to get out of there. A couple of crossbows might do some work. Spearman chasing, and one does get the hit. Oh, Lancers, they stopped. Oh, this Spearman might get them. Beastie's not reacting. There's crossbows behind as well. I think he loses these Lancers. That's pretty huge. 3 Lancers gone down pretty cheaply there for Beastie. That's kind of gotta hurt. Look at the food income for Beasty, looking so good. Alright, moving over to pagodas. It's really good for the Jushi legacy. The monks can pick up the relics, put them in the pagodas, generate some food, wood, and stone as well. So this is such a strong play from Beasty and the Jushi legacy. Oh, what are these villagers up to? Alright, they're moving now. This constant trickling of resources means that Beasty will be able to afford to keep if he wishes, or even a second town centre. That's exactly what he does. He goes for a second town centre. But I suspect he will need a farming transition before too long, right? He's exhausting quite a lot of the food now. Doesn't have all that much wood in the bank. So it might be a bit of a hard transition. It might mean that puppypaw has a bit of a window to be aggressive. Meditation Gardens actually never got taken out in the end, but it might just go down this time. Beasty trying to wall up on the west side just to limit the angles of attack. And he's going to go for a siege workshop for Nest of Bees potentially, which will be really strong. There's a lot of infantry units. In fact, primarily infantry units now for puppypaw. He's made a switch, right? So spearmen, crossbows, Nest of Bees will work really nice for him if he can get them out. The timing on it might be a bit tricky though. He's going to fight with the Shaolin monks. Going to do a lot of damage against the spearmen, but the range attack doing some work. Beasty's taking the fight. Nest of Bees pops out, but he's going to get a shot off. He does. Oh, that's a massive shot on the crossbows. A lot of HP taken out on them. Unfortunately, puppypaw hasn't been able to take out the Nest of Bees or get too close. Although those two spearmen... No, villagers coming to repair. He does repair. One Nest of Bees really saves Beasty in the end. The Shaolin Monk's probably going to head back, right? Doesn't want to get kited to death. That is just a scout, so puppypaw will be okay there. That one Nest of Bees is going to buy a lot of time for Beasty. Such a strong unit. Gets a shot off, and crossbows. Oh, that's a big shot. A lot of HP taken off there. The crossbows might start to focus on the villagers and the berries. He needs the food here, Beasty. Massive shot again. Does he have another Nest of Bees? He does have another Nest of Bees. That's going to be really hard to deal with. Another good shot. Puppypaw. He's playing with fire. Lancer diving on in. The villagers around the town centre. It's just about buying time here. He's going to try and snap out the Imperial Official. No, maybe not. Oh, that's looking a bit dicey for puppypaw. Here comes a second Nest of Bees. He switched into man at arms here, puppypaw. Don't know how I feel about that, considering these guys, they trade decently well. Now, of course, being on second town centre means that Beasty has been able to catch up on the villager count. I'm not too sure why he actually fell behind, to be fair. I mean, pretty even villager kills on both sides. Massive I was about to say mangonel, but massive Nest of Bees shot. These crossbows are super weak now. This push has been halted. And this is interesting, right? Zhanglang Tower is going to give the Song Dynasty, which means the farms will be cheaper. Yeah, Beasty, you can see it. He's prepping that farming transition. He's got 800 wood in the bank. I'm sure that's going to be spent. Oh, massive Nest of Bees shot. All but one of those crossbows die. The other crossbow just lives to tell the tale. I wouldn't be surprised to see a couple of granaries placed and lots of farms around the back. This would be a good bit of real estate to do it. Could even take these berries as well. Yeah, villagers heading out now. There's the first of possibly a couple of granaries. This is such a nice, smooth transition actually as it happens, because he's going to be able to place farms, but he doesn't have to necessarily just yet. He can take the berries first. And then slowly seed those farms. Got plenty of wood to do so. Speaking of wood, he's spending it on some static defences. Shaolin Monk actually took out that crossbow in the end. Wasn't able to live to tell the tale. And 4 Nest of Bees. Interesting play. Lancers into Shaolin Monks and Nest of Bees. And a Springald added in for good measure. Here come the triple granary play. He's also supervising this granary, so going to get extra food that way. And puppypaw has been super aggressive for pretty much the most of the game, but we're finding a position where actually puppypaw playing a bit more passively in a way, trying to build up a force and then attack. But it feels almost like he's going to go for a I say timing push, but you know, a big push once he builds up the forces. But Beasty's starting to pull ahead on villager camp, courtesy of that second town centre. The army lead though, numbers wise, at least in terms of units other than siege, definitely in favour of the Mongols. But it could be the siege that determines the outcome of this game, right? There's a lot of Nesta Bees, a lot of Springolds there from Beasty. Speaking of Springolds, puppypaw making a couple of his own. But he is currently outnumbered. Meditation Gardens was taken down in the end, by the way. The question is whether puppypaw has a big enough economy to sustain a big push. Looks like he's going to go for a castle age push. Beasty, the longer the game goes on though, his economy is going to be looking so strong, he should be able to make a lot of army. Puppypaw pretty much spending everything that he's getting. Got 58 military. Yeah, he's gearing up for a big push. He wants to see the game out before it gets too crazy. And the Jushi Legacy getting the Imperial Red Seals, increasing the amount of Imperial officials they can have. Also gives them an extra one when it does complete. Horseman about to dive in through, I think, there for puppypaw. I think it seems like he's going to push in soon. Leading the charge with a couple of man-at-arms and crossbows first. Here come the cavalry. Puppypaw gonna push on through. Does he have enough though? He has got to find a way to deal with the Springolds and the Nesta Bees, right? These Nesta Bees already getting good value, huge value. Wallalo comes out. Is he going to get it? No, he's not. He's going to be pushed back, but it allows the Nesta Bees to get shots off, right? This is the big deal. The initial part of the engagement already working well for Beasty. Puppypaw will have another couple of bites at the cherry though. Can he take a big enough bite? That's the question. There's only a couple of angles of attack though. Palisades really limiting the mobility of the Mongol army into the base. Already one entry route, and that's going to favour the Nesta Bees for sure, but it's just going to get pulled away from the outpost. Unfortunately, the horsemen didn't get there in time. They do manage to back away. It's kind of crazy, right? Mostly Shaolin monks, quite a few Springolds, quite a few Nesta Bees. It feels like it's the Nesta Bees that have the big damage output, right? A couple of cavalry going to go on the farms. Question is, can he do enough damage quick enough? I think puppypaw has to take out the army. He has to find a way to deal with the Nesta Bees. He's only got 2 Springolds. He's up against like 6 of them from Beasty. Man, oh god. It's not looking too good. He loses the first Springold. Only 2 Springolds there for puppypaw. He's going to lose the second. I'm sure about it. Nesta Bees get a huge shot off. And I think once the Springolds go down, he's just going to go straight out attack. He's actually keeping the siege next to the villages so they can repair if they can. Wallalo comes out. Will he get it? Oh, puppypaw. He's playing with fire. Wait, puppypaw. He loses the army. Massive Wallalo come out for Beasty. And the army should go down. There it is, gentlemen. Puppypaw taps out. A great victory there for Beasty with a massive Wallalo to see out the game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure you give the video a thumbs up. Take care. And see you next time.